Hello, YouTube. What's happening today? This evening? I've been busy, so I decided I'd go ahead and come on here and make one of my videos to that series I was talking about in my last video. My first story today is going to be about the time that I watched my dad shoot a gun at a guy and completely empty it. Now, I'm not saying that my situation growing up was, any worse than anybody else's or anything. Everybody's had it rough and stuff, Well, not everybody, but some. I'm not just trying to say that mine's worse or whatever. But anyway, I was probably about maybe 5 or 6 years old. I wasn't that old at all. And we used to travel about 25 miles from where we lived at, because we lived like way up what we call a holler. Being from southern West Virginia, we would have to travel about 25 miles away from where we lived to get gas, groceries, just any little thing you might need from the store. And my dad would always get beer from this place as well. And it seems like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week we was going over into this little community, and we would always run into this guy that would always come up and talk to my dad, and he would always tell my dad, I want my money. And my dad would always reply, well, I don't owe you any money. My dad knew the guy really well, I guess. I don't know what his name was or anything. I don't remember that. But about 2 or 3 times this happened. Every time we'd go, we'd run into this guy. He'd always approach my dad, because back where we lived, everybody that would like hang out at this one little gas station. I can remember one guy, we seen him there all the time. And a lot of people we seen there all the time, because people would hang out at that, because we just lived in a boring community. So it went on about a good 2 or 3 times of running into this guy, and he would keep, approaching my dad, saying, I want my money. My dad was adamant he didn't owe him any money. So I don't know, some time had passed, not a lot of time, but my dad somehow or another acquired a gun. And we went, down to this store to get something. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was gas or something. I don't know. I don't even know don't remember what kind of car we had. It may have been a Ford LTD or maybe a Malibu. It was one of them real wide square cars. Well, I can remember one time we went back down to this place to do business, shopping, whatever. And here come this guy, and my dad, he reached under his seat and he pulls out this pistol. Now, it was a real small pistol. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe a 25 automatic. It was a small caliber gun. I mean, it wasn't big at all. And that guy, he come and same thing, I want my money. And my dad said, okay, meet me over here. I think it was Spratttown Cemetery. Meet me over here in like 20 minutes or so. And the guy was like, all right. So we go over there. My mom was in the front seat. Me and my little brother, we was in the back. We wasn't in car seats or nothing, I don't think. So we sat there 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And here comes this guy, and he parked like on the other side, like on the passenger side of us. And he comes walking up toward our car, and my dad jumps out with that pistol, goes across the hood with it, bang, 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 and just empties that thing at that guy. And I didn't know what to think. I was just, my little brother, you know, he started crying or whatever. I didn't know what was going off. I was like, oh my God, you know. But, you know, he didn't even hit the guy, not one time. I don't know if he was just a bad aim or what it was, or maybe a non-accurate gun. I don't know. But he never hit him, not one time. The guy runs, gets back in his car, and goes away. No police or anything was ever called. No charges were ever filed. My dad, he never went to jail for it or anything. That's just one of my crazy stories of my dad. My dad's story is very inspirational. As I'll get farther into it, you'll see what I mean. Some of it might be hard to believe, but it's true. I wouldn't get on here and lie. It's not the thing to do. Too many people on here that calls people like that out. And it ain't pretty. But that's my story for today. My dad was a real violent man. I mean, he was always in fights, always going to jail, always, you know. It was normal for about once a week for the deputy sheriffs to be at our house arresting him for something. It's kind of crazy. And I mean, there was this one time I remember they come to serve some kind of warrant on him. He was at the dinner table. They let him finish eating. Sure did. Before they took him. And he would always go willingly. Until the very, very last time he was ever arrested. He fought them like all night long. But I'll get to that once I get into stories. Like I say, some's crazy, some's funny, some's sad. It's a crazy life out here. But that's my story for today, guys. Like and subscribe. Give us a little bit of support over here. Hope y'all have a good night. Good night.